Yeah, we can watch the Warcraft, Robert. Why not? Good chat. You guys, watch. Guys.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Guys, every 10 minutes we go about 10 in queue.
Amazing.
We should be in about 30 minutes. I'm not playing. Guys, today I'm gonna set up insane RP scenarios. I'm gonna create interesting, intricate storylines. We're gonna do insane, crazy stuff, and they'll give us maybe one day priority back because we're creating such valuable content.
Get out of here. Okay, how about you go color?
Okay.
Yo.
That was my son, and today I'm gonna tell you a little bit about him. It might come as a surprise to a lot of you that I even have a son, because in 8 years of making videos, I've never really put him on camera. I'm fairly private and protective when it comes to my family on my channel. Now you might say, hold up, you put your niece and nephews on here all the time, but in my defense, I feel like I've made it pretty clear at this point that I don't really care about them. The reason I'm so protective of him is because he has special needs. He's on the autistic spectrum, and this is the internet. So even as I make this video, I'm incredibly terrified, but this is something that my wife and I feel really strongly about. And a lot of times when people hear he has autism, they want to know what he's really good at. Like, does he have a photographic memory? Or can he do really complex math in his head? For example, if you tell my son's friend any date from any year, he will tell you the day of the week it lands.
No shot.
Gonna randomly generate a date. June 2nd, 2004. What day is that on?
Wednesday.
No shot.
It's gonna take me a second even to get there. What did I say? June 2nd, 2004. You said Wednesday. Here's June. June 2nd, 2004. Let's do one more, okay? I'm gonna generate another random date. May 26th, 2006.
Friday.
Wait. Well, we'll finish the video. It is good to watch.
And there he goes. What did I even say? May 5th?
May 26th.
Oh,
2006.
May 26th. Okay. His parents and teachers have no idea how he has the ability to do this, and he doesn't know how to communicate that to us either.
I need some help
You need some help? Okay, let's go make Play-Doh. It's actually a common misconception, but the truth
That's
is the
sick,
majority
though.
of the kids on the autistic spectrum don't have remarkable abilities like this. Our son, however, does have a remarkable ability, although if you see him in public, this ability isn't immediately apparent. A lot of times when he's around lots of people or in a crowded place, he might look disengaged, or it might seem like he doesn't really know what's going on. Carly Fleischman has autism and was able to explain why this is.
Just saw a documentary about a guy who was hit by a baseball when he was young, right, by accident. Boom, right? And he does the same thing as the other kid, right? He knows which day. He knows what weather it is, at what time of the day. Oh yeah, a cloudy, raining in the afternoon. Every day.
And what you should know about
thing.
Carly is that because of her erratic behavior and because she can't speak, for years people thought she was just severely autistic and had other extreme mental handicaps. Until one day when they put her in front of a computer where she could type. And then they realized there was so much more going on in her head than anyone could have imagined.
I am autistic, but that is not who I am. Take time to know me before you judge me.
This amazing breakthrough made it so Carly was able to explain how it feels to have autism.
Our brains are wired differently. We take in many sounds and conversations at once. I take over 1,000 pictures of a person's face when I look at them. That's why we have a hard time looking at people.
Basically, people with autism don't have a filter in their brain like the rest of us. So if you and I were having a conversation here in this park, I can ignore everything around me and just focus on your voice. But if I had autism, I would hear the ice cream man ringing the bell behind me, and the kid crying because he's not getting any ice cream, and the cars going by, and the plane up there, as well as the train in the distance. Not to mention all of the different smells and the fact that the tag on my shirt is kind of rubbing on my back.
Guys, sometimes the ADHD stuff makes it so I focus on absolutely nothing. So even though somebody's talking, I'm only focused on him talking, and yet I can't tell what he's saying.
Sensory overload, and everything comes in all at once, and it's really overwhelming and makes it hard to focus. This is why headphones can be really helpful at a place like Disneyland. But at home, when he's in a familiar environment without a bunch of distractions, you start to get a glimpse of who he really is. You wouldn't know this from seeing him in public, but he loves to laugh, to the point that sometimes he can't even breathe. This is us doing our nightly bedtime routine. He loves routine and repetition because it's familiar and predictable, which makes sense because his brain knows what to expect and it doesn't need to filter. And as a dad, his love of repetition is the best because my same jokes totally kill every time. Some of these I've used easily hundreds of times and I still get this response.
I have a name. Oh, I'm sorry, Turtle.
This leads to his remarkable ability I mentioned earlier, and it has to do with how he spends his free time at home by himself. When he first meets someone, he will ask important questions like what your favorite color is and if your house has stairs. Then the first chance he gets, he will make you a full-page mural completely covered in about 2 pounds of your favorite crayon color, and he'll write you a personal letter on the back. As you can see, he takes this job pretty seriously, and so we are constantly running out of envelopes and stamps. What's so remarkable to see as his parents is how happy people become when they get one of his letters. And the letters themselves certainly aren't any literary masterpiece, but people know they mean something special coming from him.
Cool.
Most kids are 12 years old, they get home from school and they're on their phones or they're thinking about themselves and how to look cool. But his biggest thrill is interacting with others. His superpower is making other people happy. He also makes people better. Birthday parties are a really big deal for him, even if it's not his. And everyone is always compassionate and patient with him, so he can make sure things happen just right.
Jesus Christ. Guys, this is like polar opposite, guys. When I was a kid, I used to get mad at people's birthdays because I was mad it was not my birthday, and I would try to steal their gifts or break their piñatas or some shit.
Having a child with special needs can be challenging at times, and certainly some cases out there are much harder than others. But his mom has always done a great job of finding and focusing on the best parts about our son, and then making sure other people can see and celebrate those parts as well. Regardless of your religious or political beliefs or your favorite sports team or any other way we like to divide ourselves into tribes, I think we can all agree that a successful life is one where you leave the world better than you found it. Sort of a net positive effect due to your influence. There's a lot of normal functioning people who are critical and seek to tear others down, or who have made a ton of money but are just terrible people. And by my definition, they're not successful. People with special needs might not fit the traditional criteria of success by benefiting GDP or getting a PhD to cure a disease, but they have such a net positive effect on the people that get to interact with them. They personify traits like perseverance, such as with Jason here, who has autism and was the dutiful sports equipment manager for 4 years, so the coach put him in for the last 4 minutes of the game his senior year. He sank not 1, not 2, but 6 3-pointers, including one right at the final buzzer, for a performance his supportive classmates will remember for the rest of their lives. People with special needs ground the rest of us and demonstrate the simple joys life can offer. With our hectic schedules and task lists, they remind us that things don't have to be that complicated.
I love you, kiddo. I love you too.
Or in the case of Carly, that our initial critical snap judgments of each other might be totally wrong. My son will never be the star of his Little League team. He won't be the first person to step foot on Mars, nor will he invent the cure to cancer. But by the best definition of success I can think of, him and his special needs buddies and everyone else out there like them are giants living amongst us mere mortals. They make the world a better place, and we're lucky to have them.
That was sweet.
Thank you for watching the video. If it resonated with you in some way, please share it with someone in your life who you know might benefit from hearing the message. I also have a very exciting announcement. It's super distracting if you're mouthing all my lines.
I was doing that?
Yeah, just hold the cards.
Or I
Is this
sit.
Jimmy Kimmel?
You don't mind, right?
I mean, do I have a choice? This is your house.
Oh yeah, that is my house. All right. Mark and I will be co-hosting 3-hour live stream for charity on Mark's YouTube channel on April 30th, Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m.
Are they gonna play
Eastern.
Among
You
Us,
can
though?
figure out all the other times. We'll be doing this together.
It's called Color the Spectrum because, you know, my son likes to color. And we'll also be joined by some folks you might have heard of, such as Mr. Beast, the D'Amelio sisters, Jacksepticeye.
I have a friend named Jack that will be joining us too. Jack Black, Conan O'Brien, Stephen Colbert, Adam Sandler, Chris Rock.
Heard of them. Not to mention Jon Stewart, John Oliver, Miranda Singh, Sarah Silverman, Mark Hamill, Andy Samberg, Justine, Maya Rudolph, Terry Crews, Paul Rudd, and Zach freaking Galifianakis. We'll also be joined by these folks as well.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
We'll be there.
I'll be there. Well, I'll be there too.
I'll be there. Hey, Vsauce. I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I know you already said my name, but I'll be there.
All of the proceeds are going to a really great, a well-respected charity called Next for Autism, who specialize in supporting folks on the autism spectrum as they transition into becoming adults.
There are resources for kids
That's
and
nice.
teens affected by autism, but there isn't much for adults.
Yeah, it kind of
sorry,
drops
sorry.
off. So selfishly, my son is coming up on that milestone. So if
sorry.
you've ever wanted to support my
to make sure that was
channel financially, I don't have a Patreon, so this is the most meaningful way you can do it. So click the blue donate button over there or down there, and we can start raising funds now, even before the big live stream.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're bringing the biggest stars of social media and old people media together for a great night, great prizes, and most importantly, we're going to raise an actual
I'm not gonna do
ton
this,
of
gonna
money to help some special people who could use it.
So follow the link in the video description for more information. Get pumped, go donate, and we'll see
It's a really, really good cause, you know?
you there.
I'm already pumped.
As am I.
I want to be if I virtue signaling Andy. It's a good cause, though. It was me and Moxie. We dropped